What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. I think it goes without saying that the last month has been an absolute terrible time as far as losing some of the great legends in sports, primarily in basketball as of late. We lost Bill Walton. We lost Chet Walker, who may not be as well known today, but he was a great forward from the 60s and 70s. And then, of course, just a few days ago, we lost the great Jerry West. But baseball has just lost, arguably, the greatest player it has ever seen. Willie Mays, the Say Hey Kid, who just a month ago celebrated his 93rd birthday, passed away at the age of 93 today. The Say Hey Kid had a professional career that spanned 4 decades, beginning with the Negro Leagues in the late 1940s and ending with the New York Mets in 1972. In between, he spent 21 years with the New York Giants, who later, I believe it was 1957, someone could correct me if I'm wrong, moved to San Francisco. His passing was announced by his son, and the San Francisco Giants just came out 25 minutes ago with a post, quoted as with great sadness that we announced that San Francisco Giants legend and Hall of Famer Willie Mays passed away peacefully this afternoon at the age of 93. It was just 2 days ago where it was announced that Willie Mays will not be attending a ceremony. And that probably was a sign that he was deteriorating fast. Mays was born on May 6, 1931 in Westfield, Alabama, and named Willie, not William. Both his parents were talented athletes, but his father was the one who introduced him to baseball. Mays was, of course, a true five-tool player. By the time he was in high school, Mays starred in several sports. His professional baseball career began in 1948 when he played for the Birmingham Black Barons of the Negro League before he had even finished high school. He signed with the Giants after he graduated high school in 1950 and earned his call-up to the majors in May of 1951 after barely a year playing in the minors. Mays excelled at speed, throwing, fielding, hitting for average, and hitting for power. He had a career slash line of .301, batting average .384, on-base percentage .557, slugging percentage, with 660 home runs, 525 doubles, and 338 stolen bases. He was the National League stolen base leader 4 times, led the NL in home runs four times. Over 24 seasons in the majors, he grounded into just 45 double plays. The 660 home runs are amazing, considering that he played in a park that was not necessarily conducive to hitting. If I'm not mistaken, I think dead center in the initial ballpark he played in might have been somewhere around 440, 450. And I think in San Fran at the time, the dimensions of the ballpark were not hitter-friendly. So if he played in a more hitter-friendly park, he probably would have hit far more home runs than he did. It's hard to pick what particular season was his best. It's hard to pick one. 1954, I believe it was. That year he hit .345, had a .411 on-base percentage, slugged .667 with 41 home runs. He won the NL MVP and was selected to the All-Star game. In 1965, I believe it's the year that he hit 52 home runs, and he won the MVP again. It was in the 1954 World Series when his Giants were going up against the Cleveland Indians, where he had what is considered the greatest catch ever made. It was his iconic over-the-shoulder catch. The play, still known simply as the catch, came in Game 1 at the Giants Stadium, the Polo Grounds. The score was 2-2 in the top of the 8th inning, and the bases were loaded with Guardians players, now, of course, back then, the Indians. Cleveland's Vic Wertz came up to bat and smashed the ball into the stadium's cavernous center field. Mays, running at full speed from shallow center toward the wall, managed to track down the ball and make a stunning no-look catch. Then he turned on a dime and fired a throw to second base, which prevented any runners from scoring. Mays said he didn't evaluate his outfield plays. I don't compare him, I just catch him. But the catch is still considered one of the greatest of all times. And pretty much since the passing of Joe DiMaggio back in March of 1999, Willie Mays has been considered the greatest living player. And in my opinion, I think he was greater than DiMaggio. In my opinion, I think most people would say that he's the greatest. And if he played in a more friendly hitters era, like the 90s and 2000s, I can only imagine what type of numbers Willie Mays would have put up. Phenomenal player. I think he had 3 league MVPs, if I'm not mistaken. He was the first player to have 500 home runs, 300 stolen bases. Amazing hand-eye coordination, amazing power for a guy that was only about 6 feet and 190 pounds. And he was elected to the Hall of Fame in 1979 in his first year of eligibility. Although it was surprising that he wasn't a unanimous choice, he should have been. And he was just an amazing player, man. Leo DeRocher, his first manager, said of Willie Mays, quote, "I never taught him anything. He taught me. Willie is the greatest player I ever saw, no doubt in my mind." Warren Spahn, who pitched the ball that became Willie Mays' first major league hit, said of Mays, quote, "He was something like 0 for 21 the first time I saw him. His first major league hit was a home run off me. I'll never forgive myself. We might have gotten rid of Willie forever if I'd only struck him out." Cary Grant, the great actor, once said of Willie Mays, quote, "I can't stand Willie Mays. Imagine knowing when a fellow is going to hit the ball and how far and where and at what instant it will come down at a given point and being there when it does." Actress Tallulah Bankhead once said of Willie Mays, quote, "There have been only 2 authentic geniuses in the world, Willie Mays and Willie Shakespeare." In 2015, Mays received the greatest honor that the government can bestow upon a civilian, the Presidential Medal of Freedom. He was given the award by President Barack Obama. He joined Ernie Banks, Yogi Berra, and Stan Musial as the only baseball players awarded the nation's highest civilian honor. Once again, the great Willie Mays, dead at the age of 93.